Hi guys. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more. There we go. So this isn't going to be one of the happy blah 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 excited videos. This is kind of a more serious video. Because this has been something that has really bothered me in the last, well, over a week. Going on a couple weeks, because this affects a friend of mine. And you know, really in this community, most people only know people online. And online we can be anybody we want to be. And people can be very deceiving. There can be people that claim that they're in this hobby because they love dolls, when in reality they don't. Each of us has our own reason for being in this community, but it should come down to it's because you love the dolls. Whether it's reborn, silicones, baby think it over, neonates, Ashton Drake, Paradise Gallery, Cabbage Patch, American Girls, whichever dolls. You're in this community because you love dolls. But sometimes that can be deceiving. Because there have been people that come into this community pretending to like dolls to fill some sort of void and to take advantage. Typically within the doll community, people have huge hearts. The vast majority of people have huge hearts. And their hearts are in the right place. They're very giving. You know, a person in the community hurts. They hurt with you. You know, especially now with you, before it was usually doll forums where you would talk back and forth on a forum, but you didn't get, you could take pictures and post them of your babies, but it wasn't as personal as YouTube is, where I can come out and make this video. You can see my baby in the video, and I can have this open dialogue with you, and you can go on the comment and comment below. With doll forums, you know, I could type something out and show a picture of my baby. I mean, you could get personal and get to know people that way, but it wasn't as personal. You couldn't hear tone of voice. I mean, everything with typing something out can be interpreted one way when it's meant in another. Versus with videoing and YouTube, you can hear tone of voice. You can hear if there's a sarcastic tone, a bitchy tone, a happy tone, like all of the above, and excited. And sometimes you can even pick up fake excitement, fake emotion. But a lot of people are in this community with huge hearts. I've met some of the people with the biggest hearts in this community, and they have turned out to be very good friends of mine. Like even before YouTube and stuff, where Crystal and I were running the neonate group back when it was still on Yahoo, where she originally started it. I mean, there were people on the Yahoo group that came and went. There were some that we had to ban because of lying and trying to take advantage. We had to ban some because they would claim that they're having a child, when in reality they weren't. We had some come on begging for items for their supposed real baby when it turned out they weren't pregnant, or begging for items for their dolls when they didn't have the dolls. So, I mean, I've been in the doll community for, let's see, try to do the math in my head, about 15 years. 14, 15 years, somewhere in there. And that includes the Yahoo group. That includes Doll Fan, Doll Chatter. There were other ones that came and went. And as Facebook progressed and social media progressed, people moved away from like the doll forums and went to like Yahoo or Facebook groups, YouTube and such. But what I'm trying to get at is I've met some people that have huge hearts that for no reason at all would be, you know, can I have your address? You know, after seeing this post, I really like this about you. Can you please, I have something I think you'd like. Or, you know, just have these huge hearts. And they wear them on their sleeves. But then the sad fact is you've got these outsiders who, like I said, they come in saying they love dolls, but then you find out later they don't. They were filling some sort of void. What it is, I don't know. Could be the loss of a child, could be never having a child, could be loss of fertility. It could be growing children. There have been plenty of people in this community that are in the community for fake reasons. And, you know, sometimes some of the people with the biggest hearts sadly get wrapped up into these people that are phony within the community. And because they have such a big heart, they can't see past that. They can't see past, well, this person is my friend. And I've seen it time and time again. When the truth comes out, that person with the big heart is left devastated. They're devastated. With YouTube, there can be the back and forth of videos when a friendship ends, whatever. But like on usually like doll forums, people would block them or block a person. They would like if there was a falling out. But you know, I'm just hurting because a friend fell into the situation recently. A person that they were friends with, or so they thought they were friends with, began to show their true colors. And those true colors, which out in the doll community looked like beautiful, colorful pinks and purples, rainbows, unicorns, all that kind of stuff. But when in reality, their true colors were like a dull, dingy gray. Maybe kind of a pea green mixed in. They're not pretty colors. And as the friendship started falling apart, us that are really in here and really care for these people are the ones that are standing here trying to help pick up the pieces of the hurt one. Because things can be done very shadily. Very shady. I know, like I said, people have huge hearts. People love to give in this community. Whether it be like Kim gave me this adorable, okay, oh, you can, the cat's in the frame. Teffy, come here. Kim gave me this adorable sleeper that Dusty is wearing. She sent me a few other gifts. And others in the community, like sending friends gift. With the whole love mail thing, there's a back and forth. You know, you may not see somebody sending another person love mail because it might be somebody that comments but doesn't have comments on YouTube but doesn't have a YouTube channel themselves. Some people aren't comfortable having a YouTube channel. Some people aren't sure how to do a YouTube channel. So, you know, the gifts can be back and forth things. But with people taking advantage in this community, there's some that come into this community and all they want to do is take. Oh, you want to send me this? Sure, here's my address. Oh, you want to send me that? Oh, sure, here's my address. Oh, you want, oh yeah, sure. I mean, all they want to do is take. And then even their supposed friends within the community who actually do have channels, you never, these people are sending this person stuff, but you never see them receiving anything from this person. And, you know, that's kind of rubbed me the wrong way in this community. Like in the instance of Kim. I have sent packages to Kim. In fact, I have a big box sitting over, waiting till I get paid, that will be going to her. Some of it's love mail, some of it's her Christmas present. I've got more love mail sitting over there. I've got Christmas presents for friends in the community. Sitting, waiting to get closer to, so that I can send them out. Or like hosting, even doing giveaways. Or just, you know, picking a random person that comments on a random video. You know, I've thought about doing that recently too. Instead of doing, I mean, I've got like, I've talked about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing when I hit 500 subscribers. But you know what, I might throw in there randomly, like just pick a random video and do the comment thing and pick a random comment on that video, somebody that commented. Because these are the people that are watching my videos and trying to interact with me, not just wanting. And it just, it really sucks. It really does. It bothers me. It bothers me that my friend is hurting so badly because of this. You know, like I said, coming towards the end of the friendship, I was starting to see red flags from the person. And I voiced a few of my concerns to my friend. But it's hard to describe because once again, even though you think you're friends with somebody, but they live so far away, you don't always get the intent. And it also, you know, another thing with friendship, it takes time. It takes time to communicate with that friend. Like Kim and I talk at least once a week on Facebook Messenger. My other friend who is my best friend, H, you know, we don't live close to each other, but we talk, you know, at least once, twice a week. I talk almost nightly with Crystal. And even in there, I mean, Crystal and I at least once a month, Facebook Live, or not Facebook Live, video messenger. Facebook has this feature in their messenger now through your phones that you guys, you can chat video-wise with friends. Basically similar to Skype, but you don't have to set up like a computer and do all that kind of stuff. You can do it right through your phone. It literally, it doesn't take much time even to have like a quick conversation. And for that works for me and Crystal perfectly because being international, we can't, well, we could call each other, but that would get expensive. And it's just like things that also, that bother me in the community is when there's a falling out and one side admits that they did something wrong, but all the fault does not fall on them, and the other party comes back with a, I'm sorry, but. I'm sorry, but because. I'm sorry, because. That's not an apology. That's an excuse. An apology is saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt you. I will try to fix this. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. How can we make this better? That's an apology. That's being empathetic. That's I value this friendship. So I need to do something. But when I'm sorry, but no, you're not sorry. At that point, you're just making an excuse. And truthfully, I'll tell you what I tell my daughter when she starts making excuses. Excuses are for quitters. I've said before, I sell Tupperware. Mostly to myself because I'm pretty much do it to get the discount for myself. It's called a personal shopper. But my upline has always done the, what is her, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what she always says. Basically that there's no excuses. Don't go to her if you're going to say, I'm struggling with selling Tupperware because. You know, you need to put effort into it yourself. You can't expect everybody else to drag you along. Because after a while, that dead weight gets so heavy, nobody wants to drag you along anymore. And what kind of miserable life do you want to live if you're just being dragged along by random strangers? And like I said, the greed with some of these people is just astronomical that I've seen in this community. You know, my husband and I, like when I started doing this channel, my husband and I kind of went back and forth about me getting a P.O. box. I declined quite a few people wanting to send cards, gifts, and stuff, and before I got the P.O. box. The only people that know my home address, I think, is Crystal right now. Well, a few of my friends from the neonate group know my address. But, you know, him and I went back and forth about giving out the address. And I also sell stuff on eBay. And with selling on eBay, I don't want buyers to know my home address. Because 10 years ago, it might have been longer than that, I had a really bad sale on eBay with a psychotic buyer. I literally was selling one of these. You probably can't see it all because it's up too close. It's the Real Care Curriculum binder. I sold it for $30 on eBay. And the lady got it and threw a huge fit because she thought she was getting a Baby Think It Over Real Care doll. Yet in the auction, it said it was the curriculum for the title. In the auction, there were random pages that were posted. I just flipped random pages and posted them. And this person started threatening me. Luckily, I had a P.O. box, and everything that I ship, my return address is that P.O. box. So when it came to the YouTube thing, my husband and I were going back and forth, and I said, you know, I'm really wanting to sell more on eBay again. And he said, okay, then we will get the P.O. box, because he wanted the return address again to be the P.O. box. We've had P.O. boxes for years. Heck. Our first P.O. box we had for almost 10 years, I think. In fact, PayPal and eBay, even though I didn't have any bills go to that, but because I had so much shipped there for so long, and shipped from there for so long, eBay and PayPal verified that address. And then when we moved to Minot, I opened up a P.O. box there to once again sell on eBay for a bit. I ended up closing it. And then when we moved down here, we were here a few months before I opened up the P.O. box. But the reason why the P.O. box is there is partially because of YouTube, partially because of eBay selling. I didn't open the P.O. box just to get gifts from YouTube. I literally went back and forth with myself about even posting it on YouTube. But then I started getting a few more people that were requesting an address, so I was already opening the box for the YouTube or the PayPal business or eBay business. Not even a business, I just sell here and there. But you know, some of these people are opening or thinking of opening P.O. boxes. Like, they get into this and then the first thing they do is run and open a P.O. box. And it just, I you know, seeing what I see now, it's like, it's almost hard to, who to trust. Who to trust in this community. And it's sad to say, it's, you almost feel like the ones that have been in it longer, you feel bad because it's like you're not wanting to let new people in, but you question people's intentions. And at least with YouTube, you can know the tone of voice. Like before making this video, I watched a video and the person was basically bitching people out. Her tone of voice was, I am pretty sure if we would have saw her face, it would have been a straight bitch face. Or what do they call it? Resting bitch face. It would have been close to that. And, you know, the other thing is, when people say things like it is to somebody, or call them out, that doesn't automatically make everybody jealous. I see that all the time, and that's my #1 annoyance, period. Oh, well, they called you out. Well, they're just jealous. Don't mind them. Really? You know what's in their heart? And do you really know the person you're commenting to say, oh, they're just jealous? Because some people are so unrealistic. I mean, look at, Crystal made a video not long ago about, once again, people begging for dolls and such. I posted that video, I think it was last week, about the bottles that I'm selling. And one of the comments right on the bottom is, will you give me one? It's just, I mean, the video itself was talking about selling them, and just give me one. You have a bunch, just give them to me. It just, is it because, oh, so they're wanting, they're demanding because they're jealous? They're doing this stuff because they're jealous? No, sometimes people aren't what they seem to be on the backside of a camera. Sometimes people aren't what they seem to be even when you meet them face to face. And I've learned that the hard way. Even in real life, people that I've thought were friends, you know, friendships just diminished. Because friendships cannot be one-sided. Friendships are always going to be a two-sided street. Always. You can never have a one-sided friendship. Because that friendship isn't going to last. And you know you're in a one-sided friendship when you're constantly getting excuses. And there should be no excuses in friendship. When it comes to transparency. If there's a, oh, do you want to meet up this weekend? Sorry, I can't meet up this weekend because my husband and I are going out of town. What are you doing the next weekend? That's a two-way street. That's not making an excuse. You're stating a fact. My husband and I are going out of town this week, but when can we get together another time? You're making plans. And follow through with those plans. I mean, this is just, it's frustrating, and I shouldn't have to make a video about it. I mean, it's just, you know, especially new people, be guarded. Some people might act like they're your friend, but really they're not. When you find out later they're not. And you question their intentions. You majorly question their intentions. Like, why did this person pick me? And in this community, 9 times out of 10, it's because either, especially on YouTube, you have a large channel and they're wanting to filter some of your views onto their channel, or your subscribers to their channel. You see that they're very giving and they give stuff. They would give the shirt off their back if they could. It's just, it comes down to, like I said, you know, it's how people present themselves. And it sucks that my friend is hurting so badly that I have to make this video basically ranting. Because I hurt for this friend. I've cried for this friend. I've ranted to my husband about some of the stuff for this friend. And it's sad. But, you know, this video is probably going to, it's 26 minutes, and I'm pretty sure most of you haven't watched the whole thing through. And before anybody comes on and starts asking, oh, well, who is it? I'm not going to give out names. I don't do it. I don't play that way. You figure it out on your own. Okay, if you have guesses, great. I'm not going to confirm. I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to say who the friend is and who hurt the friend. Some people may be able to figure it out on their own. Some people might not. But this is just something that it came down to. So, I'm going to pause the camera actually here and at least end this on a somewhat funny note. So I'll be right back. So, to end this on that funny note that I just said, my daughter finally outgrew this car seat. So, I made a video that will be posted tomorrow, and then I'm selling the car seat. And when I did the video, I needed to use Rory because he was about the biggest baby I have that probably fit the best in it. And I came in and set the car seat down in our room. And you can see his tail right now. Jack comes over and starts sniffing away. And just as he started, got to smelling Rory's head, he must have hit it just right and it fell off the way it is. So now it freaked my husband out because he woke up to a headless baby in the car seat. But, can't really say I hope you enjoyed this video because, like I said, it's not the best video. It's not a video I wanted to make. But it's a video I felt needed to be made. So, just trying to think of a way to end this out of, you know, just be a little cautious in this community. Even going to public things like the doll show. Some people might perceive themselves as one way on YouTube. And, even you get to a doll show and they're beyond creepy. They're nothing like what you imagined. And I know Crystal answered this question about Rose. That she probably won't ever be going back to Rose. You know, it had always been a dream of mine to go to a doll show since I've been in this community for the years. But as I've grown older, I would rather meet in a smaller area with not less friends, in a more intimate space with less people, more personal. I would rather do that because, you know, first of all, the expense of the Rose Doll show. Like, there's the tickets to get into the show. Then there's the tickets for the Sunday social, the baby shower, the classes, the this, the that, the this, the that. It all adds up. Then on top of that, the hotel cost, which the hotels aren't that cheap. And I believe somebody said that the hotel that it is in now, there's not many other hotels around it. And honestly, watching video from others and a friend of mine that is not on YouTube, but is known in the doll community from doll forums, went to the show last year, or this year, and her and I were talking while she was there. And she's like, honestly, I probably will never come back. She goes, the show was a lot of kids. A lot of kids. She has a lot of kids and a lot of preteens, and they were very disrespectful. She goes, you know, they would see, like, she goes, first of all, there weren't many silicone artists there this year. She goes, but, like, they'd go up and start squishing dolls. She goes, there would be please don't touch on a table, and they'd walk over and just grab a doll and start flopping it around. She goes, there were a lot of teens like that were very disrespectful. And she said, you know, it almost felt like a popularity contest. And her response is, I left high school years ago. So, you know, seeing what the doll show is becoming from a trusted friend, it really doesn't appeal to me anymore. Like I said, I would rather have like a meetup, fly to a meetup and spend a few days with close friends than spend a few days with random strangers. I mean, yeah, it's people you meet on YouTube and such, or Facebook or whatever, but you know, at the big doll shows, you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know. Like I said, from somebody else that I knew that went to a doll show in the past, they said that there was a YouTube, a channel that they watched regularly. And when they got to the show, this person was incredibly creepy. Like, was almost creeping around. Like, almost, I wouldn't quite go as saying stalking, but was very close to stalking other YouTubers. And she said she was very uneasy and very uncomfortable with this person. And, you know, between the unknown of some of the people that are being there, it's a big announced show. You never know who's going to show up. So I'm going to leave it at that. This video has gone way too long. So I hope if you've made it through this video, comment below, you know, just what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the greed and some of the YouTubers in this community? And like I said, do not name names. I did not name names. If you're going to name names, I will delete the comment. And if it gets into a bickering match, I will turn off the comments. I've done YouTube for close to a year now. And I have only turned off the comments on one video. And that was after harassment came. And the video had been up for months with adult conversations, adult dialect, going back and forth about the content of the video. And then all of a sudden, some teenagers, children, came on and started attacking and threatening. That's when the comments went off. My feeling is if you can't be an adult in an adult world, if you are a child trying to be an adult in an adult world, then present yourself as much. Are there some kids on YouTube, teenagers, that are incredibly mature for their age? Yes. Are there adults that are incredibly immature for their age? Yep, this video kind of is one of those people. And, you know, if you can't have an adult conversation, just, you're not welcome here. I'll put it that way. You're not welcome. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.